Hello lovely people of the internet, I'm back! So it's fall, and fall is the best time of the year. Everything's great, the leaves are changing colors, there's pumpkins everywhere, there's pumpkin spice stuff everywhere. School's back in session. That's kind of a downside, but also kind of an upside, because you get to see your friends again and you get to do a lot of really great things with a lot of great people that you really care about. As you can see, I'm in a completely different location than I have been in any previous video that I've had. That's because this is my apartment here at school instead of my house back where I live when I'm not at school. So I'm really excited for the video today. This is the first video in a series of videos titled College Bound. So I'm going to do a bunch of videos about college life and what it's like and how to get ready for it and what to do when you don't know what to do about something. So at this point, most people are probably a good way into their first semester, and I figured that now is as good a time as any to do a video talking about how to be productive in between your classes. And there's a lot of different ways to be productive. It all just depends on what you consider productive and what you need to do. So I'm just going to give you a few ideas about what to do in between your classes to be a little more productive. Let's get on with the video. So the first thing that you can do to stay a little bit productive in between your classes is that you can just kind of explore campus. I know for a lot of you it's probably going to be your first time in college and it's probably a new space that you haven't really been to that much before. And so now you can take this opportunity in between your classes to just kind of explore your campus and see what goes on and what different areas there are. You could try and find a study area that's like outside or inside, and it could just be a really great time for you to actually get to know your campus. Even if you've actually been going to that college for a while now, it still can be really useful to explore your campus. I know that I've been going here, this is my third year going here, and there are still places on campus that I find every day that are really beautiful and that I've never really experienced before, just because I've never really taken the time out to go look for things like that. So that's something that you can really do just to be productive, and it can get you used to your campus and so that you can know what there is around you and what you have to work with. The second thing that you can do, and I know you're going to tell me that this isn't productive, but I promise it is to go get coffee with some friends. Now I know what you're thinking. How is getting coffee with friends productive? That's literally just hanging out with your friends and spending money. And while that's true, and while this is not something that you should do between every class, every day, it's just a good time to catch up with friends and to get to know people a little bit better. Just talk about like how you're feeling, what's going on, and that can just be like a really good bonding moment for like you and those people. You can also grab coffee with people that you've never really met before. You can sit with someone that you don't really know, and this can be a great way to make friends, and that can be another form of being productive. Even though many people wouldn't think of it as being productive, I personally think that getting coffee with people is actually very productive, and it's a very good use of your time as long as you don't do it every day. Plus, there's coffee, so I say do it. The third thing that you can do is take a power nap. Now I know that this also, like the coffee thing, doesn't really sound productive, but it honestly can be, especially if you're really exhausted because you've been studying the night before or because you're really drained from your classes. This can be just a really great way to kind of boost your energy again and get ready for the rest of the day. Now if you have 15 minutes between your classes, I don't recommend taking a power nap. That won't really help you. Sorry. But if you have an hour or two between your classes, I say go for it and take a power nap, and it can just help you get ready for the rest of the day and be ready to go for anything that comes your way. So the fourth thing that you can do to be productive in between your classes is to obviously start on your homework or a paper that you have due. Just kind of get a jump start on things that you've just gotten assigned, and it can really help you in the long run, because even though you may not want to do it right now, especially because you can actually just go be getting coffee with your friends, it can actually be really helpful to start your homework right away as soon as you get it. You don't have to finish it, but just kind of start it. That way when you really go to delve into it later, you already have a good portion of it done and you're not feeling as stressed to get it finished on time. And this is a great way to stay productive, and it's really going to help you out, I promise. So the fifth thing is also pretty obvious, just like the last one, but if you have a question about an assignment or about classwork or about the content of your class in general, you should really go to the office hours of your professor during your classes if they have those times. And if they don't have times during your classes, you can most likely schedule a time with them when you're free. And then when you go see them during these classes, it's going to be a really productive use of your time so that you can actually understand things that you're supposed to be learning. And it can make your life so much easier because you will actually be able to understand it before it comes time to study for a big test or something like that. And you won't really feel like you're rushed or like you have to cram because you're constantly understanding things because you're going to your professor for help. I know a lot of people don't like to go to their professors for help, even if they really need it, but trust me, it's not embarrassing at all. It's a really great thing. They're a really good resource for you, and they really do care. So just go to their office hours, check it out, go meet them ahead of time if you really want to. If you have like a really big class and you don't know them that well, you can go and just kind of introduce yourself even before you get any assignments, and they'll really appreciate it because just the fact that they know your name and they know who you are will really help you in the long run because you will be able to go to them with problems, and trust me, they will understand. It's a really great way to be productive. So the sixth thing that you can do is get a job on campus. I know that on my campus we have a lot of job opportunities. We have tour guides, we have tutors, we have office assistants, we have people who work in the food areas, and I know that there's just a lot of things that you can do on my campus, and I'm sure that there are opportunities like that on your campuses as well. You just kind of have to go and look for them and find these opportunities, and it's just a really great thing to have a job on campus because not only do you not have to drive somewhere to go to a job, you're already there on campus and it's already right there for you, but also it's just really great to have a job in general, especially when it's on campus, that you can do between your classes so that you can just make money while you're going to school. And it's a really productive use of your time, and it's really good to like get this experience as well as getting paid for this experience. So I really recommend getting a job on campus so that you can work in between your classes and you will always feel like you're doing something to better yourself and better your situation. So the seventh thing that you can do is to research the different clubs and organizations that are available on your campus and see if any of them interest you. And if they do interest you, go to some of their meetings and see if these people are really the kind of people that you want to hang out with. And if they are, join that organization and you will really appreciate it. I am a part of so many organizations on my campus, and I'm proud to be in all of them, and I love all of the people in all of the organizations that I'm in, and it's just, I'm really passionate about so many things, and these organizations really give me like an outlet for this passion that I have. If you research the organizations on your campus and there's not really one that particularly interests you, or you go to something that interests you but you don't really feel like it's for you, I'm sure there are opportunities for you to start your own organization. So if there's not an organization that you really connect with on your campus, you can always start your own, and I really recommend that because it's just a way for you to like express your own passions about what you really care about and find a group of people that are also passionate about the same things as you so that you can really connect with those people and you will basically have friends for life. The eighth thing that you can do to stay productive in between your classes is just to do like little miscellaneous tasks that you may have to do that you might be planning to do later, but if you have time between your classes, you might as well do them during that time, because if you wait until later, then you'll be trying to rush to do all of them all at one time, and it's just really not a fun time to try and rush to do these little things that you could have easily done earlier. So I really recommend doing those in between your classes. That way you can really make sure you're not stressed later trying to get everything done, and you will have time later to do other important things like homework or see your friends or things like that, and you won't be stuck trying to do these little things that you easily could have done earlier in the day. The ninth thing that you can do to stay productive is that if you have time and if time permits, you can work out in between your classes. Now I know that on my campus we have 2 different gyms that you can go to if you're a student here, and if you have time, now I'm not saying like 15 minutes, that's really not enough time, half an hour is not really enough time, because you want to make sure that you have enough time to finish your workout and get to class on time. But if you do have enough time in between your classes, I really recommend working out. Working out is just a great way to get your mind more focused and to really keep your body healthy and keep your mind healthy, honestly. And it's just a really great way to feel productive and feel like you're doing some good for yourself in between your classes when you have this time. So I really recommend just kind of like setting out some time in between your classes so that you can have some time to work out, or to maybe you can go running, or you can just take a walk somewhere, and that's really going to be great for you because it's just going to make you feel better during your day and you'll feel less stressed about a lot of things. Now the last thing on this list may seem a little silly and a little bit like, yeah, duh, of course, but if you have time in between your classes, I really recommend doing your laundry. Now for me, it kind of really sucks because I don't have a washing machine in my apartment, so I can't really do my laundry here. But if you live on campus in a dorm, or you live in an apartment or a house that has a washing machine, I really recommend doing your laundry in between your classes when you have time. I know that when I used to live in a house at my college and I had a washing machine, I would try to do laundry as soon as I had enough to do a load, whenever I had time, because you don't really want your clothes to pile up and then you have nothing to wear and then it's just a mess. And so I really recommend doing your laundry in between your classes so that you don't really have to worry about it later when you're trying to do other things, and you can just kind of do your laundry now and it will just kind of be out of your mind, and so you don't have to stress about it for later. So that's my list for ways to stay productive in between your classes. I really hope you enjoyed this list. I loved coming up with these ideas. They're just kind of little things that I do in between my classes when I can, so that I can kind of feel like I'm being productive throughout my day, so that I'm not just kind of like sitting around doing nothing. If you want to see more videos in the College Bound series, please like this video, and if you have any ideas for the series of what you want me to talk about, please comment down below. And comment down below anything else you want to see, not just with this series, but anything else. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this, or like any of the other videos on my channel. I'm really excited about getting back into YouTube and getting motivated to do these kinds of videos again. And I think that my space that I have is a really motivating thing for me, just because it's a really great space that I can film in. So I'm really excited about that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I really loved making it for you. I really loved hanging out with you here, and I really hope you enjoyed hanging out with me too. Come back next week for another video, and I can't wait to see you then. Bye! Productivity is a blessing.